Welcome back to another episode of All Access with the Profs, live from Bozeworth Hall. I'm Kara Guno.
And I'm Nick Rizzo, and we have a lot to talk about today, Kara, between some upcoming NJAC championship games, some national news, as well as our bets of the week. And it all starts now on All Access.
We're first going to talk Rowan sports, so let's get started. It's been a busy weekend for our profs. We're first going to start with our men's basketball team that will be competing in the NJAC championship today at 7 p.m. versus Stockton University. In order to get to the championship, they took down TCNJ in the semifinals matchup. Things started off hot for the profs as Marcellus Ross hit 3 three-pointers within minutes of the game. Rowan led 45-34 at the end of the first half and did not look back. Although the Lions tried to make a second-half comeback, the leading scorers of the Profs, Jazeer Knoll, Andrew Seeger, and Marcellus Ross, led Rowan. Ross finished with 22 points, Knoll added 20, while Seeger chipped in with 16. The Profs are now slated to play Stockton in the championship, a rematch of last year's finale. Make sure you pack SB Gymnasium tonight. Rowan fans, you are not going to want to miss this thrilling matchup between the top seeds.
The third-seeded Profs advanced to the NJAC championship game this Saturday at 7:30 at top-seeded NJCU. The Gothic Knights outlasted fourth-seeded TCNJ in overtime, 78-74, in Wednesday's other semifinal matchup. Grace Marshall scored 12 of her 16 points in the fourth quarter, and Dakota Adams kicked in a game-high 19 points to lead Rowan to a 68-58 win over Kane in the semifinals of the 2023 New Jersey Athletic Conference Tournament Wednesday evening. Good luck to the Profs in their next matchup.
The Rowan men's indoor track and field team captured their 8th straight NJAC title during the week. Some highlights from the championship include the 4x200 relay of Nana Agiman, Jameer Beasley, Evan Korikin, and Amar Kante, which set a new school record of a time of 1:26:43, just a hair off from their national record, which this team holds. In addition, Rowan's 4x400 relay team also earned a title as Marquise Young, Draquil Young, Mazai Bird, and John Owens clocked in a winning time of 3:20.07. Shane Vosnek captured the 5K in a PR time, while Matthew Conway placed second in his best time. Rowan had 8 fourth top finishers in their races. Amar Kante also captured a victory in the 400-meter dash, completing the event in 48.15.
Rowan will be represented at the 2022-23 Division III Championships as a total of 6 Profs will head to Greensboro, North Carolina, taking place from March 15th to 18th. Ella Pennington, along with Tobias Cambly, Justin Goglia, Paul Ryder, Alex Volin, and Jack Watson, all earned nods to the championships. We will be cheering on the Profs from Glassboro all the way to North Carolina.
As the winter season begins to wind down for the Profs, here are some of their national and regional rankings from the past week. The men's indoor track and field team, fresh off of their 8th NJAC championship, remains number 10 in the track and field cross-country Division III national poll. The Profs are ranked at number 1 in the poll in the metro region. Moving to the indoor track and field team, they fell 1 spot in their coaches poll to number 6. Now to the basketball team, the men's team is still at number 1 in the NCAA Region 4 rankings, and they also received votes in the latest D3Hoops.com Top 25 poll. The women's basketball team sits at number 6 in the NCAA Region 4 rankings.
Freshman Elena Corson scored the go-ahead goal, and Molly Green had 4 goals to lead Rowan to a 16-11 win over Ursinus in the season opener for both teams. Seniors Juliana Corson and Erin Renshaw tallied 3 goals, and the Profs got 2 goals apiece from Elena Corson, Jamie Cutrera, and freshman Trish Gillen. Goalkeeper Riley Shaw made 6 saves on the day in the win. Rowan opens its home season with back-to-back games on March 1st against Drew at 5 p.m. and versus Stevens on Saturday, March 4th at 1 p.m. at the Rowan Soccer and Lacrosse Complex. We'll be right back with more All Access right after this short break.
I'm Rob Obdyke here with your Pro Sports Talk. NBA All-Star Weekend wrapped up last Sunday night with Team Giannis defeating Team LeBron 184-175. Jason Tatum received the Kobe Bryant All-Star MVP trophy after scoring a record 55 points. This is Team LeBron's first All-Star Game loss in over 5 years. This is also a year where All-Star Game ratings have hit an all-time low. Both the 2022 MLB All-Star Game and the 2023 NFL Pro Bowl saw more viewership. Yes, you heard that right. A flag football game received more attention than freak athletes dunking left and right on your screen. The All-Star Game has received much criticism from fans, coaches, and even players. Complaints include the absence of a competitive performance, the weekend being held in a boring city, and players showing up to the festivities later than they're supposed to. The list goes on, and there's no change coming anytime soon. Commissioner Adam Silver has openly supported this new relaxed All-Star Game format. Nevertheless, players and staff got a much-needed week off as it will get ready to ramp up the second half of the season. The most wonderful time of the year is approaching. You guessed it, March Madness, baby. Alabama, Houston, Purdue, and Kansas are the predicted 1 seeds. But they call it March Madness for a reason. This is the one tournament where truly anything can happen. Who knows, maybe a sneaky good Oral Roberts team will defeat projected 4 seeds such as Indiana. Or maybe projected 8 seed Rutgers will make another great run like they did last year. All I have to say is strap in, folks. It's going to be a wild few weeks. And that was your Pro Sports Talk. I'm Rob Obdeck, and now to our next segment on All Access.
Welcome back to another episode of All Access. Kara Guno alongside Rob Obdeck and Josh Counts. Gentlemen, we've got a lot to talk about today. What do you guys have for us?
So I'm really excited. We're going to jump into the NBA regular season as, All-Star Game weekend just got wrapped up.
Yep.
I think the regular season's a bit boring, in my opinion.
Boring?
I know
With
you're a big
capital
basketball
B?
guy. I know you're big, capital B.
Oh,
capital
my gosh.
O-R-I-N-G too.
Oh, now you're going to give us a spelling bee?
Okay, Josh. This is how we're going to play today. Listen, the regular season, you watch all your, Josh, what team are you?
I'm a Knicks fan.
You're a Knicks fan. You watch every Knicks game?
Yes.
Okay.
You do? Oh.
That's interesting because I'm a
Point
Celtics
guard
fan.
Jalen Brunson.
I'm a Celtics fan. I just can't sit down and watch every single game. It's a long season. NBA is one of the longest seasons in sports, and I feel like the season doesn't really matter until the second half, and even just like towards the playoffs, that's when things get exciting. There's too many games. The season's too long. Players rest too much, and I think the season just needs to be shortened, and players need to be playing more.
2 points. I agree with you about the whole resting the players.
Okay.
I agree. That's too much now. All the load management, people pay good money to come see you play, especially on the road games where they don't always see you play. One. Now, back to point number 1. The season is better than ever. Did you see this past early on the season where teams were battling out, trying to figure out their situation? Also, then Kevin Durant makes a trade to the West. A seismic shift happens in the NBA. Everyone's scrambling. We had probably the best trade deadline ever in the NBA. Everybody's being moved. Russell Westbrook is gone. Patrick Beverly is gone. John Wall gets shipped back to Houston. Everybody's making moves because now the season just got a whole lot harder.
Yeah.
It's got a whole lot more exciting.
Yeah, 100%. That's a great point. But was the question, was the trade deadline exciting? No, that wasn't the question. It was, is the first half of the regular season boring? All right?
I think the first half of the regular season is even better because you get to see what teams have leading up to the trade deadline.
But honestly, too many teams make the playoffs. That's another question. We have
What do
10
you
teams
mean?
because we have 6 teams in, and then there's the 4 in the play-in, right? Out of the 16. in the
that
conference.
adds excitement. It
doesn't. Because you have mediocre teams getting into the playoffs. They're going to get blown out in the first round. Which, listen, that's a whole other topic.
Hold on. Do you watch college basketball real quick? Hold on.
Just a little bit.
Did you watch March Madness? When March Madness kick off.
I can't wait.
Can't
Yes,
wait.
sir.
Awesome. What happens in March Madness? There's always that one team that surprises everybody, that could go on a run like ever before.
Of course.
That happens in the playoffs.
Totally different sport. Totally
How's it
different.
totally different?
Totally different. March Madness, of course, I agree with that. Anything can happen. But you take the NBA, that 8 seed is not beating that 1 seed in the NBA.
You never know what happened before.
Josh, it is not happening.
It had
It is not happening.
It's
not happening.
The Dikembe Mutombo happened. The Denver Nuggets
not
beat a number 1 seeded team. It was
Josh, I don't
like
wanna hear
8
it.
versus
I
1.
don't wanna hear it.
Can
Season's
so
too
if
long.
LeBron's
All right,
Season's too
all right,
boring.
guys.
If
All
LeBron
right,
gets to
guys.
1 seed, you don't think he can knock off Denver?
Glad you brought up LeBron.
All right, here we
Glad
go.
you brought that up.
There we go. Speaking of LeBron, Rob, what you feeling? The debate, the GOAT debate, the all-time. LeBron,
Listen.
Jordan, what's your feeling about that?
This might be the most heated debate
Yeah, we gotta
in
cool it
sports
down a little bit.
history. I mean, how could you not say Jordan? How could you not say Michael Jordan, the GOAT, number 1 all time? Simple. I didn't even need to be in his time to know that he's the greatest. All right, I've seen LeBron play. I didn't even need to see Jordan play. Seeing the accolades and just watching highlights. How could you not? More finals, MVPs, more finals won. Come on, man. Simple question. If you say LeBron, I can't even look at you.
The
man.
answer is LeBron. Michael Jordan is a great player, all-time great player on the Mount Rushmore, but he is the greatest winner ever. LeBron James is the greatest basketball player ever. LeBron James is the better teammate. LeBron James.
Teammate.
Hold on. Now, I'll let you talk.
Okay, go ahead, Joe.
LeBron James is top 5 in the assists. LeBron James just broke the all-time scoring record, passing Kareem. He's now the captain of the NBA. He's going on pace of scoring 40,000 points. He did it quicker. He's played longer. He's got more. Actually, he's got more MVPs. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
He's not, and I agree. He's not going to catch Jordan. He's not. The ghost of chasing Michael Jordan his long pass. He's not going to get 6 rings, but he's got 4.
Okay.
That's good enough. He's on that Mount Rushmore. He's first ballot Hall of Fame. In my opinion, as soon as he retires, he goes right into the Hall of Fame. There should be no waiting
You think that LeBron's going to the Hall of Fame?
Automatically.
I couldn't have figured that out myself.
No.
That's groundbreaking news, guys.
I just said
LeBron's going to the Hall of Fame.
I said one. You could be at a play. You could join the player hating club with yellow eyes over there too.
Okay.
He could join the player. You could join the player hating because he knows. Everybody knows him, Kareem, and many others be hating on LeBron.
Of course.
LeBron is the better teammate. Yeah, everybody hates. Oh, he started the super team. So he needs help. No. He needed some help. Cleveland wasn't getting the job done. The organization wasn't getting him no help. So he decided to take power in his own hands and say, I'm going to go play with D-Wade. And guess what? After he got done with playing D-Wade, he went back to Cleveland. He won a championship. He went to L.A. He won a championship. Everywhere he goes, he wins championships. He's got rings. He's got banners. He's recognized. He's in movies.
It's a great
He's in
story.
everything.
It's a great story. You know who also has rings and banners and more of them? Michael Jordan. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. And the better teammate's questionable.
last point.
Questionable.
I'm not gonna have
Questionable.
my team ain't gonna call me no H word straight up on the locker room. Not in front of all my other teammates. You ain't gonna call me no H word, no B word. We gonna be scrapping.
Okay.
All right, guys. So now we're moving on to bet of the week, changing topics a little bit. What do you guys have in store for us this week?
No, I have to settle down a little bit.
Yeah, you gotta kind of cool it down. That was heated.
Just okay. Anyway, so we'll take things back to college basketball. You know, with March Madness approaching. NCAA men's basketball bet for y'all. You guys should take the Villanova money line over Seton Hall. They didn't get into the season. The better Nova has been playing. They were plagued with injuries in the beginning of the season, so it don't look like a down year. But they're looking to bounce back right now. Should be an easy road win for Nova as long as they stay healthy.
I'm going to stick to basketball, but I'm going to the professional league. I'm going to the NBA where my New York Knicks are taking on the Washington Wizards. I'm going Knicks with the under 4.5, under 110. Jalen Brunson's been balling. He's an all-star. Possibly, he's my candidate most improved player of the year. Julius Randle has also been balling, and the Washington Wizards haven't been struggling. Plus, the Knicks play great defense, so they're going to keep him under.
Josh, you're such a homer.
I am a homer. Orange and blue skies.
It's all right.
All right, now we're going to transition to the Rowan preview. We talked about it before. Exciting this season. NJAC championships, the men's and women's. Rob, what do you have for us?
Yeah, I'll jump into the women's basketball team there, advancing to the NJAC final after defeating Kane 60-50 this past Wednesday. Props will travel to and face NJCU on Saturday at 7:30. Squad led by Grace Marshall and Dakota Adams will look to continue their stellar season and upset the top-seeded Gothic Knights.
And while you talk about the lady props, I'm going to the men's prop. Rowan defeated TC&J in the semifinals to advance to the championship round of the NJAC. Marcellus Ross finished with 22 points, while Jarseer Noel finished with 20 points. Both players were 2 of 4 props that finished with double figures. Rowan will look for revenge today at the ESPY as they take on Stockton. This will be the second straight year both teams have met in the NJAC championship. So it's going to be a lot of energy today in that building.
You know, I'm really excited, Kara. I mean, you watched both teams.
Yeah.
What do you think?
It's going to be fantastic tonight. I know earlier in the season, Stockton, Rowan beat them. They blew them out in ESPY, so that was a thrilling matchup. But Stockton swept 3 games from them last year. Those teams are top teams in the conference and even in D3 basketball. So that's going to be really exciting. And the women's going off against NJCU tomorrow. That's going to be a battle. They have the number 1 scorer in the NJAC and Damaris Rodriguez, and NJCU. She can ball. She averages 25 points a night. So she's very exciting to watch. But Rowan's defense, you know, they're really going to have to shut it down. So I think we could have 2 more NJAC championships for Rowan. That's going to be an exciting year. So again, that's going to be very exciting throughout the season.
To follow up on Kara's point for the women, Damaris Rodriguez is a baller. She put up a triple-double last time they played. She can hoop. They got to shut her down or at least neutralize her in order for them to win.
Yeah, no, really excited season for both teams. Looking forward to watching them both in the championship. So.
And that will just about wrap things up here for this episode of All Access. Thank you all for tuning in and enjoy the rest of your night.